Hello, now then, welcome back. This is episode 11 of the Experimental 1.0 Folktails playthrough on normal difficulty. First things first, I am a little sick, so apologies for the terrible sounding voice. There may be more pauses than normal, which isn't me thinking, it's me sneezing. Just like then. So, hopefully it's not too annoying, but yes, apologies for sounding rough. But other than that, I hope you had a wonderful Christmas and New Year. This is the first episode back of 2026, if scheduling has gone correctly, which it should have done, I'm hoping. But we are back with these guys. Let's get them running around. We are currently in the middle of a drought. Well, I say middle. A third of the way through a drought. We have absolutely no power whatsoever. And there's not a great deal we can do about that in the current situation. So it's going to be a case of grinning and bearing it. But luckily, we're in kind of a, well, short, shall we say, because of normal mode. So anyway. Hopefully you've seen the other two videos, which were basically just, catching up the Iron Teeth version to the number of these that were done with these guys. So, yes, last time, I think if I remember correctly, we started dealing with some of the power down here. As when water comes out of here, we get quite a few good bits coming out of there. We also started to deal with some of the bits and pieces to cap this off. Doing that is going to mean that this is totally and utterly redundant. So it's going to be a case of, is it a good idea? And I think the answer is ultimately yes. We just go down to the bottom of the map. Obviously, we've capped this one and this one that's on pause, and all of that should eventually flush out. And it will take ages for it to all evaporate. There are obviously some other bits and pieces around here. Now, if we did this, the problem we've got is, you guessed it, where do we get the bad water from? Which the plan for that will be to pull it out of here. So we're going to have to go down potentially quite a way to deal with it, or pick another one, which maybe that we do this one. As none of them are particularly easy to get to. It could even be this one, to be fair. But we need this guy to pump the water. So we could just channel that off, blast a new hole to bring it up somewhere else, which is probably what we'll do, to be fair. Wall it off, and then turn this one into getting the Badwater rig, which we have the science for, but we do not have the sparkly planks for. So while we can cap this, I'm not going to just yet. But it gives us time to get, the resources we need to deal with that. So on with the show. Power. Now, we need to do something about power, because we have nothing when this is like this. So it's going to be a case of, you guessed it, everybody's unfavourite thing, the large windmills, which I'm not a fan of. I've said on several occasions. Although when they run very well. But we have a requirement here, and we need to, well, get the beavers doing something. Now, I'm not entirely convinced there's a decent place to put all of these, but I doubt they'll fit. I mean, they'll fit somewhere, but I don't know if they'll fit on top of there, which, with nothing to lose, oh, it will. Oh, that's good. Okay. Yes, please. We could think about this then with a bit of logic in it. So, if we were to say goodbye to that, And that will also fit in there. So if we leave that out for now, they should be able to build that. We are going to have to spool up the old paper mill, which currently we have 20 papers and we need 30 papers. So that is going to be achieved by doing this. So let's get that built first. It won't take long for this to start surging again, so not too much of a worry. It should shoot up here. And hopefully we have the gears for it, we have the planks for it, it's just the paper as ever. So yeah, this guy obviously needs to be actually turned on, which big fail. Big fail on campus, but with any luck it won't take them long to get that. I mean, it's kind of crazy that one log only has one paper, so this paper must be huge. Absolutely massive. And then we'll just supplement these in, well, everywhere, really. Are we filling up this area? Yes, we are. Good. Okay. Water should be coming through here. Yes, it is. Good. Are they complaining because they can't get logs? Probably. Even though there's plenty of space. Now, the problem we've got is we've just cut off all of that. So this is now the most important job in the entirety of creation. So let's get them on it as quickly as possible and hook this back up. We'll also need to hook that back in as well as that. We may as well lay these in first as well, just so that they're at least ready. We need 4 more papers. We have not those papers, but it'll be fine. Close those for now. So there is a ton of power in there, which is going to be very beneficial for us. Cool. So it is generating power. So instead of waiting, just get them to put that back in as quickly as humanly possible. As these guys need to start doing stuff to get our resources going. So bring me that log, just the one, whichever beaver it's going to be. Is that you? Good, thank you for putting it there. It just needs several hits with a hammer and it should be back. Alright. So these guys don't seem to be favouring these carrots being ripped out weirdly. And it's not like our stock is full, so haulers should be dealing with that. And I don't know why they're not, because we probably don't have any. It's probably the most reasonable. Yes, this poor one guy. Alright, okay. Fine. That's done, so all of this is now back connected. Science can be worked on there. We could really do with the paper mill being somewhere else. What does it take to build this thing? Planks gears. I guess... we need an absolute stash of paper, so let's get them on with that. And again, I think we probably need to look at building up the beaver numbers. I think we built a giant house here with nobody in it, so we did. We do have 6 babies though, so one's nearly cooked, and the rest not so much. So hopefully, where are these unfulfilled jobs? I'm hoping it's the hauling post, to be fair. What does it say? 6? There's 6. Okay. I think we're going to be safe to do this. Probably a really bad idea, but we're doing it anyway. Cool beans. Right, so... that was much quicker than expected. Okay, so let's get you a path in there. And someone should be in here momentarily. We will put the little storages in here. We'll just sort of say, papers please. So that is not fulfilling our requirements. So, good news, kids. I'm going to pause the science for now. That should mean... okay, maybe it doesn't. Market productivity... oh, never mind. Whatever. It is what it is. I guess the power from down here has severely been reduced after we capped this off. Not a great deal we can do about it, unfortunately, but it is what it is. We could blast a hole, in theory, through into there, but that's also feeding this, so don't really want to do that just yet. I don't want to upset the flow either, because if this map's taught us anything, that is not the place to be. But they are getting along with this quite nicely. So we do need to figure out a way to power this at some point. It's taking all of our logs, but kind of is what it's going to be with that one. So let's prioritize some of the hauling jobs that they've got. So they're going elsewhere. So the 4 guys that were in here should be doing something. If you've got note to do, let's turn those 2 off. And I'm hoping we've got a couple that are maybe 2 or 3 days out, and they can go into the holding post, and I'm guessing that will fix these problems down here. As that is now empty. Good. Should get that into storage, which they are. Yes, I know that we're only thriving on potatoes at this point, and it's not a great place to be, but we do have some sunflowers every now and again. We could plant water, but the cattail crackers and whatnot in here, actually, might be a... and the spadadoc might help some things. Let's have a look. Wheat also. Get the bread going. We don't really have a particularly great green area to go to. But we could. If we were to put... we could get another station in and use this area up here as a farm, which I think we will do. We're going to have to take the long route for this one, though, unfortunately, to start with anyway. And we're going to get all of these trees pulled down, and they should be able to reach everything. So let's just say, give me all what you got. And it would be quite good if we can get in. And the zipline station somewhere. So we just put that there, and then another one up top here. Will it reach? It would. It would. So I think we will do that to there. We could connect it to this network also if we wanted to, but we'd have to put some bits and pieces around to make that work, which is probably worth it, to be fair. You are far too far. Let's see then. Will you do there? You will. Cool. So I don't really need that in, but it does mean we have a bit of a loop to go around, so that will work nicely. And then we just need a farm, which can go somewhere around here. Yeah, I guess. I think the days of needing this are no longer required, so let's get rid of that. Paper's looking good. This is looking very good. They should be able to reach it all. They won't do anything stupid. They probably can't reach that, actually. Oh, it doesn't say that they... actually, pause that, pause that. I should do that one first. And they should be able to get that diagonally, I think. Okay, right. The holding situation is, again, terrible. We'd have 15 trillion babies, of which... one is nearly ready. And the rest, 2 or 3 days. Okay. I'll take it. It is going to be a case of probably ripping out a lot of these small houses. Yeah. Had we not paused those two, they would have cut themselves off from that. Would have had to done some shenanigans for it. Which is by no means a problem, but... it would have been an issue at some point. And unfortunately, it would have been nice if that would have gone up. So we have a bad tide approaching, so what should happen... these will slam shut. Make sure these are on auto. Contamination 1%. Yes, these will slam open. They are on auto, which is correct. These are auto open anyway. So won't matter too much, and it'll stop backflow coming into here for any bad water. These ones in here, I don't think we need to worry about. These were an idea that I had, but I don't think we need to worry about it anymore anyway. Not that they can reach it. And these ones should be auto still. Yes, auto open, slam at 1%. Auto slam contamination 1%, so that should fix all of the sources. That's closed. That's also closed. And then the Badwater will come out this way, which should be fine and dandy. If we were so way inclined, we could get them to close off this area if we wanted to, which I don't think we do. But they have got all of those trees cut down, which is nice. That lets us put in this path. Let's just use some of the old zigzag paths to get that in. And you've got nothing to do. You can go away. The builders should be over at some point to build all of that. Shouldn't take too long. With the bad tide running, we will lose our power again. Now let's get that done and that done. Once they're finished down in the drink, we should be able to just put in that last, take these stairs up, put that in, and then we will have power. We just need to run the power somewhere. It would be nice to connect them up actually, but I don't think that's going to be of benefit to us either. Where's that bad water coming from? Ah, yes, okay. That's fine. Alright. That explains that mystery. Good, that's good. Paper there. Right, so once that stops, I guess we can then put in the additional windmills. And stick them wherever we can get them, to be fair. So, how many would these... So the power here is... there will be some, but not a lot. It may even stop. There's just a little bit of latent pressure that will keep this going for a little bit. I'll be doing this first. Yes. So let's just say all of this is going to be wheat. This will stick it where we can get it, I guess. And we should have some storage up here for it at least. Raw wheat as a supply. Right, so the power is at 9%. Good, right, well. That is a higher priority than anything else you're doing. As nice as this would be. Block, planks, logs. Blocks, planks, logs. Yeah. They could finish it, but having power is going to be more beneficial to us. Yes, that's fine. I forgot all about that again. My bad. Yeah. We need to deal with that. We need to deal with that big time. Let's just turn that on, slam this shut, make the problem go away. Oh, well, say go away. Go away is a strong word, but... Drain all this noise off. Harvest what you can, I guess. Alright, to fix this, what do we need to do? Well, first of all, let's just... let's see. Probably take him a minute to get around to that. There are 2 windmills, which is nice to see. I don't think we'll be able to squeeze one in there. So I'm not going to try. We could probably... Not sure if this will work, but let's just see. Oh, it will. Okay, fine. I would like you to do that first. Followed by that. I mean, again, there's not enough power that this thing needs anyway. Too concerned. Don't want to rip that out. What's over here? Anything exciting? Maple beds. With groundstone, which is a hideous noise. Drain me that. And I guess we'll just say that can go back in when they get to it. And the plan will be, you guessed it, eventually, tunnels. But for right now, we'll just leave it as empty. It'll drain off. So nothing too devastating. Again, there's no contamination down here at least. Spindles of death should go away. Slowly. We can slam those shut, we don't have to worry about that anymore. They'll get that built eventually. So we can build one more windmill. And it's probably going to be best down here. Aha, good times. So cycle 33. Let's just flush this disgusting, dirty, horrible water out of there. And I'm half tempted to turn that into a sluice. I don't think it'll work. But the thing to fix this will be the tunnels. So this will come through the rock and at some point just go straight through here. But we are not there yet. I mean, we could afford it, technically. We have dynamite and everything else, so... decisions. Is it wise? Is it wise? That's the question. Probably not, but I'm going to do it. And I'm just going to say straight through there. But depending which way around they do that, actually, is whichever side the sluice will go on. But we'll just tell it to maintain a level, and then we'll just box it in, so we wouldn't need to worry about it too much. Nah, that's not going to work, is it? There we go. For now, pause that. And we'll need to do a similar thing eventually once we get around to that. I just need to hit it with a hammer, so that'll be done. I'll set that going in whichever way they're going to, I suppose. They should be able to reach it. If they come down here first, then... is this done? Yes, it is. Ah, good. And we have wheat growing. Beautiful. Right. Exactly as it should be. We are just waiting on this to run again. Oh yes, you will be Badwater, won't you? You all came from down here, didn't you? Yes, you did. Yeah, okay. Well, not much we can do about that, unfortunately. We will wait until that's cleared out. Right, so... we should be getting enough power now. Not even slightly. Alright, so we need at least 3 of those. 4. To get us at least to run all of that stuff. Shouldn't be too bad. The water's coming in now anyway, so that's okay. We could definitely look at dealing with... why are you flooded? Oh. You shouldn't be flooded because you weren't ever used to be flooded. That will be a problem soon, though. Let's just take that out. And put in a sluice. And I would like them to do that sooner rather than later. And in fact, pause those before they get too excited by it. We're going to have to probably do some shenanigans with sluices further downstream as well. So, let's worry about that now, I guess. don't think we'll need to have 3 wide, but you never know. You never know. Will overflow there, so this needs to be removed. Knock that out. That path can just get laid straight on there. That guy needs to be removed. High priority. And you guys can take another direction. Any other direction you like, just not that way. We've stopped flooding at least, so that worked out fine. Is that sluice now in? Yes, it is. Good. So they'll just need to work from the opposite direction. Not entirely sure how they managed to get. Oh, they did it off the stairs. I understand. Never mind. Mystery solved. Mystery solved. Okay, are we back at full power? No, not even slightly. Is this cleanish? Not really. We do need to stop that when it is bad. I think we'll need to send someone down eventually, just to deal with it. And what we'll probably just say is put a one-way valve on it. Probably here, actually, thinking about it. Because that'll stop it then coming down. Yeah, as long as it's before there. In fact, let's just say do that. There should never be contamination behind here, so we'll just leave them as a one-way valve. Yeah, that'll work, I think. And then stick in a hideously long, convoluted path just to get them down. But it's not a job for now. I think that's clean enough, so let's get that on the case. Right. The barriers are holding steady there, so that's good. Nothing's happening. Right. How far is this away? 78%. Okay, right. So we're not too far away from at least potentially getting some bread anyway. They should have replanted down here, which they have. Sorry? Oh. Do with the stairs, please. And I guess, just for now, stairs. Is that one log, 4 planks? Putting in those would be 6, so yeah, it is better to do it that way. Okay. So I think we definitely need 2 of those running. That is all the right height, so these probably need changing. They will definitely need changing. We'll not worry about damming it up just yet, so that'll need to be ripped out. That'll be 0.6. And this should hold steady at a similar thing. So that's a drought, that's nothing too much to worry about. They've got 2 more to go. Okay. I'm hoping to get round to fixing this at some point, because I would like to lay in the power. That should now be connected. Hold steady at 0.5. That should now all be back in, which it is. Perfect, alright. Yeah, that will be fine. So again, once the drought goes, we'll lose the power, but once that's done, we can put in some more windmills. We do need gravity batteries, so they should go somewhere. Quite exactly where, I'm not sure, but... so the wheat supply is going up. We don't have many potatoes either. Plenty stored in grills though, so... Grilled. I say stored in grills. They have been grilled and they are now in storage. We have a nice number of beavers. But we don't have any beds either, which I'm not entirely convinced we need more of them just yet. Are we desperate for planks? No, we're not really. We'll leave them be. Come and get them, though. And then we'll just delete all of this, and it should keep everything steady. As long as that stays below 0.6, we should be forever green from this. Made any headway on that? No, it's fine. As long as we get the most of the power, okay. It's... Right, so endeth the power. So, well, there's a little bit... Okay, no, there isn't any. That's fine. Got plenty of paper, though, so... Let's see what we can get away with, shall we? Can we put one there? We can. What about here? Three, 6, 9. Yeah, that's about as good as we're gonna get. And whatever else you're doing, do that. Good. So that should now maintain that. If we open that up. As long as we don't spill anything over the top, that's at the right level. Good. Bad. That should do us then. If we leave that at 0.55, this should be down forever. Now, if this sluice here is set to set this to be 0.8, this should never be a problem. Theory. See how that works in practice. But that does mean we do have this area kind of fully automated for water. Not having to worry about anything that can come out of this now, so... I'm not sure how deep that needs to be. I think it's 0.6. So we set it to that. And if that does work, we'll find out the next bad tide, to be fair. As long as we're not overspilling anything on there, that will evaporate shortly, so that'll be fine. This area is nice and green, so that's good. I suppose if you've got nothing to do, replant me those. And I think windmills are a-coming. So the supply is 1400, which I think will power that, actually, when this one's finished. As long as that's got all the paper it needs, which it does. Planks we've got enough of. So what's that? Gears. There's a ton of gears, that's not a problem either. Scrap blocks, logs. Could probably do with planks down there, to be fair, but never mind. Where are the gears being stored? Are they all over here? Yeah, alright. What I will tell them to do is take the planks out of this, because we don't need them. So there's 55 of them there, and they can come and pick them up, as we can put them to good use. But with that connected, assuming the power is actually not totally ruined, of course, should be able to power everything there. So we'll see what happens if there's enough wind speed anyway. Which there isn't. Typical. But if it does pick up, I think there'll be enough, actually, to power it all. But yeah, this is why I don't like the windmills. It's too variable. too variable. Should mean that the other construction product is this. I think I want to build this. We don't have the blanks for it anymore, so never mind. Guess we're not building it. Is there no other way to get them underneath? I don't think there is, actually. Oh, well, I mean, we can send them down through this, I guess, but I don't think we want to. Or do we? No, we don't. Never mind. Ignore that for now. I think the paper's being used for antidote, actually. It's fine. You are not needed there anymore because you've replanted everything, so that's okay. A million dandelions, that's not a problem. Okay, so we do have a bored beaver, so we've got 3 and... Congratulations, you are now a farmer. Yet you're not planting anything. Why not? You should be able to plant everything. Okay, fine. Weird. Alright, never mind. What was down here? It was not a tree, but sunflower. Bit weird that was the case, but never mind. This is all done now, so that's fine and dandy. Let's get that ripped out. Shouldn't take long to put that in. Power should be a case of just hooking these up on here. I don't know which direction they'll take for that, but be okay. And I think we'll bring the power up here, maybe. I should bring it up further down here. Let's bring it up here. But we do have a new industrial area, although we are running out of scrap. So where's the nearest scrappery? That's 17 trillion miles away. Probably over here. There's a mine, but I don't really want to get into mines just yet. Is there anything underneath this giant pile of pain? Yeah, it's there. Alright. We did lose quite a bit of the crop there, actually. That's not ideal. Good to know, though. Why didn't that anything in it? Well, if that's the case, then we're probably going to need a water dump up here to make that work. Okay, let's... They'll pick it all up, I'm sure. But landscaping... storage, let's just say... You can be for the raw wheat, which... Get these picked up. Doesn't take them long to get enough water to reach it all, I suppose, so it's not too bad. And then once that's done, if we boom that. Water dump should be able to fit in there, I guess. Storage. That's that problem fixed. So that should never be a problem again. They should be able to get that replanted. And that's one wheat in a box. Alright, so how are we doing down here? So this thing generates us 400 power. Nice. Okay. Right. With that said then, let's just delete these paths. It would be nice to connect all of this together, but there's a bit of distance between here and here. That is generating enough power with the windmills running at full tilt anyway, which is good to see. I don't think it's worth running a power line for this. Someone in there, so we're quite low on that. We could. It would be a long, long journey, but it could be done. Maybe one for another time. But let's get some other industry down here. As with that done, we can finally plug this thing. So for now, let's say get that back on construction. Let's say goodbye to a big, big chunk of our resources, that's for sure. And we will closed for now and see what that does. Obviously, that'll stop all of this. If it does mean we can get down, that would be nice. Right, so... Okay, so we are going to have to blast a lot of that out as well, so... I think there were 3s. And I think we're going to need some stairs, otherwise they're not going to be able to do much with that. Good, so this guy's bored, that'll do. Is there a reason why that's not getting picked up? Because everything's full? Yes, it is. Alright. Well, in that case then, if we need something, we're going to need a gristmill. And eventually a bakery. So for the time being, because it's such a awkward building, let's just put that... Put that there, and we will hook that in with that. And that should give us quite a nice area with which to, well, build industry down here. Now we can still get behind it if absolutely necessary, which we might do if we were going to put in a massive power line. This guy is going to need some storage down here. And it needs to be out the way. Cap all Badwater sources on the map using dedicated buildings. That is our Chivo. I would like you to be wheat. And I would like another one. Not 2. And I'd like you to be wheat. Flour. So in theory, there is no more Badwater on the entire map. Or it is sealed. And it looks like there's enough water pressure to feed both. So that's nice. It'd be nice to drain all that out, to be fair, but I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. That will eventually all drain away. And in theory, there's no more Badwater on the map at that point. So all of this should go blue. It looks much nicer over here. Yeah, alright. Maybe it doesn't. You should be to obtain. Scooby all that. How far down are we? They won't be able to build that, but could be. Let's splurge a little bit, shall we? We just need to get them around. And we're going to keep building down. So that will work for now. Blast out this area and they should be able to blast that out. We need to rip that out and redo it. I'm not sure. I think to also ease any stress with any potential bad water going up this way. Just make that little channel there. Hopefully it's wide enough. We'll find out shortly, I suppose. Wheat flour, please. Should have said that a while ago, but never mind. And we need to fix Badwater at this point. And move the industry at this point also. As it all hinges on that. Let's see. If we do this, we're never going to get around it again, but never mind. What have we got built? So... bit higgledy-piggledy, but it will be fine for now. We'll be doing to rearrange some stuff once this scrap's gone, but if we get the base bits and pieces down here... as long as this thing's making flour, we can eventually make bread, and once we can make bread, we should be easily done. As it will keep the beavers happy. These guys are probably pulling very little out of that. Yes, there's still some bad water in here, but... we could, it's drought approaching, that's not too bad, we could, in theory, reopen it if we wanted to. Just by blocking one of these up, but we need to. That sorts that out, which it looks to be doing. Definitely not precarious at all. I mean, I would trust that with my life. I would definitely trust that. So we just need to get down here now, so... how tall is it? That's the question. Thank you. And that should... beautiful snaky as it is, I'll do us. Now, what we need to be careful of is when we get to Droughtsville, is ripping this out. In fact, no, it doesn't matter, because once we've built it, we could just cut the path, actually. Turn those off. That can be shifted over here. I think that it's flying quite close to the sun, it'll be fine. Probably not the most efficient layout, to be fair, but it'll be fine. I think it's probably time to retire all of this noise, to be fair, as well, so... let's get rid of that. And let's just say... lovely. Alright, don't build any of that, because I know what these guys are like. Goodbye to that. And I'm hoping we got enough storage to pick all this junk up. I don't believe there's any more constructions jobs for them to do. Alright, so that's our drought. It's 8 days, and I think we'll wrap this episode up there. Next time, we are going to build this thing. We do need to increase the capacity for, well, all of it. And certainly the treated planks, because we don't have many of those left. And I guess this thing's running at... oh no, it's 100%, so it's fine. So yeah, because we need to replace this, because we need Badwater as we have none, which isn't a problem if we don't need dynamite, which I don't think we do, so let's just pause that for now. We have 141 of them, so we do need it for building extract though, so hopefully it'll remain steady. These guys are next to useless, but pause it for now. But we will leave it there. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully it's not going to be too much longer to get all of this removed over here. Removed and then moved. And hopefully you'll see that in the next episode. If you have any comments, as always, please put them down below. Give them a nice read, as I always do. And other than that, I think I said at the start, this will be the first video of the new year, so Happy New Year. If I didn't do that at the start, I can't remember, but either way. But yes, I will see you guys in the next one, which is going to be the Iron Teeth on the Oasis map again. They've had quite a bit of a outing this past couple of weeks, but we're going to do these Folktails, then Iron Teeth, and then once one of them wraps up, we're going to go back to a single playthrough on a new map that I've downloaded, but all will be revealed when we get these playthroughs finished. But more to come on that one. Other than that, I hope you have a lovely day, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.